Good evening, guys. Good evening. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 3. I've got so much to say. I'm the only honest Liverpool channel out there. There's going to be a lot of people sucking players off tonight. I'm not. I'm going to tell you the truth. No messing around tonight, guys. No messing around. There's things that need to be said. People try and pretend. I've had enough. I've had enough. Things got to be said. Guys, go hit the intro. I'm going to get K-Mac in here. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Good evening, guys. Good evening. I've got K-Mac in the back. I will get him out in a minute, guys. I just want to say that we're going to talk about a lot in this game. But Liverpool well beaten today. There's no excuses. There's no ref excuses or anything like that. Liverpool just got well beaten. You know, anyone making excuses, we just got well beaten by the better team. It's as simple as that. But we're going to dissect why we was well beaten by the better team. After the excellent form of Liverpool being in, we're going to have to talk about some players. We're going to have to talk about Jurgen Klopp as well. I know people don't like talking about it because he's the Messiah and he's leaving. But, you know, when he picks the wrong team, going against away to Arsenal, when he picks the wrong lineup, you know, that'll be an issue. ALISSON, let's face it, ALISSON ain't been good for a while. We just ain't been speaking about it. Virgil van Dijk making mistakes. Konate making mistakes. TRENT, I never want to see it right back ever again in my whole life. We're going to have to talk about all these mistakes. Wrong team picked. Mistakes from individual players that cost us massive moments. And we're going to have to chat about it, guys. But big up to you guys. Make sure you go and smash the likes. Make sure you go and hit the subscribe, all that sort of stuff. We're going to talk about it properly today, guys. I'll talk about it properly. You know, I'm one of the YouTubers out there who's got the guts to actually talk about stuff. A lot of people will say, you know, it's just this and that. And no, I'm not having that bullshit. Lineup was terrible, Chris. If you think that lineup was good, I don't know what's wrong with you. Sorry. Let's bring up K-Mac. K-Mac, how are you, man?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Stinky.
Yeah.
Like if you can't get up for a game like that, then we've got some serious issues. Like I don't understand having an entire right side of the team new. Every single player on the right hand side was new. Hadn't played for a while, weren't up to speed. it's a bit of a dumb move. I'm sorry, it's a bit of a dumb move. Like I can sit here and you know, and casticize a lot of the players. You know, Gravenberch was absolutely dreadful. Trent was poor. Gapco, I'm not even bothered if Gapco goes. Like now at the end of the season, not bothered. Not bothered if Gravenberch gets sold. Like I really don't care. The new manager ain't going to see anything different. I'm sorry. But when you completely change the whole side of your right-hand side of your team, what do you expect? Like, you don't expect it to work. You can't expect that to work. Like, because it just didn't work. Like, the only reason we probably weren't like 3 goals down in the first half is basically because Canate was doing a one-man show on his own, and you've got Curtis Jones, who spent quite a lot of time covering Gravenberch's ass. He had 20 touches. 20 touches of the ball.
Yeah.
Never won one duel. Didn't track back once. I don't even think he broke a sweat. Like, and if you're going to give him an assist, then he's a very lucky person because all he did was just clip a ball over. Like, you know.
Yeah. Look,
my God, man. Like,
I personally feel the lineup was the wrong lineup. We spoke about this on the pre-show yesterday that just putting Gravenberch in for Szoboszlai is the wrong move.
Putting Gravenberch on the right-hand side is just a wrong move in any game.
Yeah, and you're going to Arsenal where, you know, Arsenal are very good on the early press for the first 20, 30 minutes. They keep the ball really well. So what you got to do is keep possession of the ball. Now, Liverpool trying to change that in the second half when they played a double pivot of McAllister and Curtis Jones because Klopp realised he needed to get hold of the ball. Now, my whole point of playing Trent in midfield from today and playing Joe Gomez at right back is that McAllister and Trent would be the double pivot in midfield. Then you got 2 players there who can keep the ball moving and pass the ball. We didn't pass the ball all in the first half. We didn't get on the ball. All we did. This is what happens, right? This is what happens when Trent plays at right back for Liverpool. We play slow.
Yep.
It's just a fact. When Trent plays right back for Liverpool, we start playing slowly again. Look at the whole month of January when Trent was away, and look, watch the speed of our game compared to today when Trent comes back in the team at right back. We play slow. We play across the back line, sideways pass it again, back to the goalkeeper, sideways pass it again, and then Trent tries to hit a Hollywood pass. That was our whole first half. That's all Liverpool did. Sideways passing. Trent tries to hit a Hollywood pass. That's all we did in the first half. And then in the second half, he changed it up and realised we need to get possession of the football and start needing to run the midfield. So he put McAllister and Curtis Jones as a double pivot in that midfield area to get the ball a little bit more. And it started to work. We started to play with the ball a little bit more till individual errors happened. That ain't on Klopp. Individual errors are not on the manager, right? So I'm not saying that. Individual errors started to happen. But this is why I wanted Gomez at right back, Robbo at left back to start the game, Trent alongside that midfield pivot with McAllister, and then whoever you want to pick to play in that 10 role. You can play Gakpo in that 10 role, Gravenberch. Play Gravenberch a bit further ahead of the 2 of them. That would have been better for Gravenberch, if anything, if you played a bit further ahead and then play the front 3 you played. I'm not bothered by that. It's and Trent again in them defensive, lazy tackles that he does. It was just.
I've said poor. I've said this to you before, and I got absolute pelters with it. And I don't care. Like, I stand by what I see, and I stand by how I feel. And for me, selling Trent and selling Salah is going to fund the next team for the next manager. I don't care. Like, Trent in our team does not help Jota, does not help Nunes. He just doesn't help the team. Yeah. He just doesn't. Like, the team does not function with Trent in it now. Like, I don't know how many times we need to see this now. Like, Salah doesn't provide enough in attack, and Trent just completely slows the game down and stops us from being potent. There's no cohesion in the team when Trent's in it. I'm sorry. Like, Dom hasn't had a good game when Trent's played. That's just a fact. Like, Jota doesn't play well when Trent plays. That is just a fact. Like, you just need to look at this. Like, you need to look at this now. Like, I love the fact that Trent is an amazing player and this and that and this and that. Yeah. But Liverpool's never going to evolve if we keep on playing this guy, because it's just one-dimensional. One-dimensional every single time. Every single time Trent plays, Virgil van Dijk looks like a bag of nerves, and Ali does now. It just does.
Ali ain't actually been that good for a while.
No, Ali's had two really bad games this season, and they just happen to be two of the most important games against City and Arsenal.
His concentration levels are a bit of a worry at the moment. Big up Chris, you said you still haven't said what was wrong about the lineup. I did. Again, we had no possession in midfield. Klopp realised that and changed it in the second half. That's why Trent went off and he played a double pivot in midfield, because he tried to get hold of the ball. What we did in the first half, playing Trent as right back and playing Gravenberch on the right, where he's not comfortable, he'd rather play on the left. You've got no left. We left McAllister on his own in that midfield. You know, he was always on his own. And he was our best player today, McAllister. But he was always on his own in that midfield. We never gave him any help. And Klopp realised that in the second half. That's why I changed it. What I was saying before the game, yes, last night, I don't know if you saw it or not, I wanted Gomez playing right back, because then you'd have McAllister and Trent in that double pivot where they're good passers of the football and they can keep the ball. You know, they can keep the ball moving in that midfield. And we don't have to do that side-to-side passing that we do at the bloody back when Trent plays right back, because Klopp wants them to play Hollywood balls forward. I hate it. Hate it. Always happens. Yeah. And because Trent is so out of position for the first goal, Konate has to keep coming across. I'm not shocked that Konate got sent off today. It happened all game. You know, our fullbacks keep staying so high that Konate's got to shuffle across continuously. You know, I don't want my centre-back going one-on-one with an Arsenal winger. What's that about? That should be the fullback doing that. It does my head in.
I don't want Robbo next season. I don't want Robbo next season. Like, I don't know what he provides. Like, he literally spent the whole of the half when he came on in the opposition's box doing nothing. Like, does nothing. Like, like this new manager has got a job on, seriously, because he's got to make some really bold decisions, and a couple of them aren't gonna make the fans happy. They just aren't. Because you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe he's doing that. But he will. I'm telling you, there's some big players that are going to get kicked out of this club next season by the new manager, because they need to, because we aren't going to move forward if we don't start realizing that these guys aren't helping the team play better. They're just not helping the team. They may look good on the ball themselves, but that isn't what it's about. It's about a team game. Like, when it was 1-1, sorry, I would have took 1-1. Like I have no idea why he's throwing players on to just attack. Like, Arsenal are a really good team, really good team. Like, they've got some lightning players, and we're literally playing with two at the back, second half. Like, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
Lost their bottle today as well.
Like, we didn't deserve to get the goal to equalise.
No, we didn't deserve anything.
So we were lucky. And we probably could have gone 2-1 up in the second half early on. Like, it was a big chance.
It's just, it is what it is. The team, the individual errors today, again, the individual errors are not on the manager.
The Ali Virgil thing was just weird.
They're just individual errors. ALISSON, I'm going to say this. Personally, I haven't mentioned a lot of ALISSON this season, but I have noticed there's been a lot of errors to his game this season. There has. He's making some weird decisions lately, and it was shown again today, shown against City. You know, I don't know what it is with ALISSON's concentration in these big games at the moment. I don't know what it is. I haven't mentioned, but he has made some errors. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, he could be the best goalkeeper in the world, still make errors. For some reason, with our fan base, you're not allowed to criticise anyone. So you can't criticise anyone. You can never criticise people. It does my head in. Look, Trent at right back don't work. I just want him in midfield now. And the thing is, when he's coming back from injury, he's got no game time. I'd rather Trent go into midfield than at right back, to be perfectly fair. When he's got Martinelli just running at him all game, and he just doesn't do anything. And then he's out of position so much. He knows he's got Martinelli, who's a threat on the counter attack, and most of the time Trent is on the halfway line, and Konate has to shift across. Again, Konate has been fantastic in this back four, while Trent has not been available. How much have we all been singing Konate's praises the last 4 or 5 to 6 weeks when Trent hasn't been available? All of us have. We've all been singing his praises. Well, once Trent comes back in the team, Konate's crap again.
Well, he got sent off.
Is it a coincidence? Now, I know Trent, look, what I will say is Trent weren't on the pitch when Konate got sent off. So, but it can't be a coincidence. It really can't. He has to shuffle across so much into that fullback area. I saw Martinelli going one-on-one with Konate, who's a centre-back, more than I saw him going one-on-one with Trent, who's the right-back. And for some reason, no one's concerned by that. No one's concerned by that. They apparently think that's normal. Your centre-back, who's in the middle of the pitch, has to be dragged over because his right-back is too lazy to run back into position. But our fan base don't think it's a problem, yeah? You don't think it's a problem?
Mate, there's now a YouTube video on Trent jogging. Seriously, you could clip Trent jogging back now. He just does it so many times. Like, the thing about it as well, Konate probably should have been sent off for the first yellow card. He was the last man. And that was when Trent was on the pitch. We dragged him down. Like, he's the last man. Konate was really good today, by the way. Like, literally. Like, if it wasn't for Konate in the first half, God knows how many goals.
And
like, but Ali does have brain farts in these big games. It's hard not to see this. Like, there's a lot of big games where Ali has let us down. Like he's incredible in other games. I get that, but
I don't know what happened to Virgil.
You need your big man. You need your big man to stand up in the big games. Really, I'm not blaming Virgil for that goal. Like, Ali should have just come and cleaned it out.
I actually think Virgil's done the right thing. He's shielding Martinelli, and he's telling
for Ali to go and clear it.
He's telling
Martinelli. He could have headed it. I thought Ali was going to head it.
Clear it. But Alisson sort of just does a weird sort of donkey jump. I don't know what Alisson was doing. Virgil was
just going to head it. He was just going to come and head it out. Like, he could have just headed it out.
I don't get it. I don't understand what happened today with these players. I really don't understand it. Virgil and Alisson, you know, I just don't get it today. By the way, Arsenal's back two weren't great either. Saliba and Gabriel were making mistakes as well. God. I don't know if it was catching all over the place.
Saliba was all over the place for that.
Yeah, everyone was catching strays today, but I don't. We went from this different style of playing the last few weeks where we were more intense. We were playing further up the pitch.
Pressing team.
We'll be more pressing. We were more direct. To going back to playing that slow possession-based football. I don't understand it. I can't wrap my head around why we played like that today. From the first minute, we decided just to play this slow, play out the back, and then Trent looks for a Hollywood pass going forward. I don't know why we played like that today. The last few weeks have been, we just spoke about it and praised Klopp about it, playing these two different styles where the last month or so we played a bit more direct and better pressing and more energy and more bottle about us. And then today we decided to go back to divert to that tactic where we take our time, pass it from right back to left back to right back to left back, and then Hollywood ball forward all the time. It was just.
The thing about it as well.
And you know what else? Arsenal didn't even do anything that special today.
Nah,
this is the thing that does my head in. Arsenal were good today, but they didn't do anything extremely special to win that game 3-1. This is the thing that's peed me off totally. Arsenal were very good, and not just like putting Arsenal down for their victory. Arsenal deserved their victory. There's No doubt about that. They deserve to beat us well today. I don't think they did anything special to win.
I don't think they got out of second gear, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's more worrying about this performance. That we didn't really make Arsenal have to work hard to win. It's just, I thought the tactics, the team shape were totally wrong. And the individual errors are individual errors. You can't put that on the manager. That's down to them players. But yeah, it was disastrous. It didn't work. I don't know what they were thinking before the game. I don't know what their ideas were. You know, Darwin Núñez was apparently a tactical substitution. What are you on about? Put him on the pitch. We can't play without him.
Did you see him sat on the bench?
I don't understand it.
He had his top off in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And mate, the first 5 minutes of that game, I knew we were going to lose. I just knew we were going to lose. There was nothing about us. There was no energy. There was no wanting the ball. Players looked off it. The passing was poor from the off. Ali kicked the ball out a couple of times in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, his footwork
was really
terrible.
nervy.
Yeah.
Anything down the right hand side, we just looked lost. I'm sorry, but Pep Linder's signings have been really poor. They've been really poor signings. And that's 70 million quid's worth of players there, by the way. Gravenberch is just rubbish. I don't see anything. I don't see what new manager's gonna be able to get out of him. He walks around the pitch. He literally just walks around the pitch.
I do think
he's about as nonchalant as Trent is now. Pair of them walking around.
I didn't think Gravenberch was that bad. He was at least trying. When I watched him every time he was getting on the ball, he was at least getting hold of the ball and running at Arsenal, trying to take him on. Everyone else, I actually thought Curtis Jones was our worst midfielder today. I was shocked that he stayed on the pitch. I don't know why Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones were the midfield when we're trying to win a game. I didn't get that substitution at all. At all. It made no sense to me.
Thiago was the worst substitution. I just do not understand that.
I just don't know why. See, the one thing I don't think
crying desperation.
I don't think Gravenberch has been that good in the Liverpool shirt this season. No, I'm not going to pretend he has been. But today, when he was getting hold of the ball, he was trying to take players on. He was trying to do something. Everyone else was just playing so safe. Curtis, for the love of me, I love Curtis Jones, but today he held on to that ball. There was times he's got the ball and I'm like, pass, move the ball, and he's just holding it. And I'm, oh my God, this is old Curtis. He's driving me mad. And then when he stayed on and Harvey Elliott and him were in the midfield together, I was like, shut, poor McAllister, who, by the way, was our best midfielder again today.
Yeah,
by an absolute mile.
Saying that though, mate. Second half, we had more chances. Second half, we had more chances.
Do you know why we had more chances in the second half? Because he played the formation we should have started with in the first half. He played a double pivot midfield. So we actually got hold of the ball in the second half. That's why.
It's just one game. I know it's just one game, everyone. But this can't carry on. We can't take this into Burnley.
But it's against our title rivals.
Can't take this into Burnley.
Yeah, this is our title rivals, guys. This is our title rivals. So it might be only one game, but we literally lost to our title rivals. If we won this game today, we'd have put ourselves 8 points clear of Arsenal. 8 points clear of Arsenal. Now they're 2 points behind us. Yeah, that's the reason we're a bit angry and upset. Yeah, it might be just one game. It might just get one game. We move, and we might win the next 10 games. Who knows? But that's just speculation. No one knows. We could go and fall now. Who knows? But the way we played, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the setup. I didn't like the team formation. I didn't like the players picked. I just feel Klopp got it a bit wrong. He got it a bit wrong for probably the first time this season, in my opinion. He got it a little bit wrong. He sort of just took the easy route and went, right, there's no Szoboszlai, just put Gravenberch in. And that just felt like a little bit of the wrong decision because Gravenberch, you know how Arsenal will go to play. At the Emirates, Arsenal play with high intensity. They press you from the first minute. That first 20 to 30 minutes, If it's still 0-0 and you can get through that first half an hour at Arsenal at home, you start to have a chance and you can work your way into the game and start playing. Yeah. But when you just give them the ball continuously and leave McAllister all on his own in midfield through that whole first half, this is what happens. So this is why I was a bit shocked that Gravenberch just came into that team today. Really am. But that's just my opinion. People could have other opinions. It's all cool. Big Up Gangadeek says, am I wrong for having PTSD? History tells us we won't get over the line in title races, even under Klopp. In 1920, we cakewalked it by winning it 18 points. We just didn't. Look, Klopp got tactically beat by Arteta today. I mean, let's just admit it. Let's just say it where it was. You know, let's just say it how it is. Klopp got tactically beat today. Simple as that. You know, Arteta tactically beat him today. He set up a team. He put Jorginho and Declan Rice as a double pivot in that midfield. He played Havertz as the false nine, knowing if he plays two DMs and he's got Odegaard as his number 10 and he's got a false nine in front of an Odegaard, so they're like two false nines in a way. He knows it's going to draw Kanate and Van Dijk towards them. And with Trent playing at right back, Kanate has to cover that area. So if you're thinking about it like this, guys, tactically, you got a double pivot of Jorginho and Declan Rice that just stayed on the halfway line and orchestrated everything from their position. You got Odegaard who's mauling around in that number false 9-10 role, and you've also got Havertz who's mauling around in that false 9-10 role. Now, Virgil will want to come close to the centre forward, so he will be drawn in to a Havertz or a Odegaard in that weird area of the pitch. The problem is because Trent is trying to attack and get forward, he's not defending properly. Kanate is now seeing Martinelli in the corner of his eye, so he needs to stretch across, which means we have got more gaps in our defence than you could imagine. Tactically brilliant from Arteta today. Tactically outdone Klopp. That is why I said yesterday we need to play with a double pivot of Trent and McAllister and Joe Gomez at right back. And that is why we changed it in the second half. Go on, K-Mac.
I mean, for me, it's a bit naive. It's like, if it feels a bit like if we hadn't have beat Arsenal in the cup with our reserves, maybe he wouldn't have played Gravenberch and Gapco and Trent all on that side. Like, maybe he'd have gone a bit more defensive, but because he beat them with our reserves, then he felt a bit bullish and maybe thought, oh, Gravenberch will do a job, but Gravenberch hasn't done a job all season. Like, seriously, like, he played well against Norwich and Bournemouth maybe away, and maybe a couple of crap European teams that we've never heard of.
Yeah.
Like, he's had so many stinky games. Like, he doesn't defend, doesn't do anything defensive. Like, he just doesn't. Like, he doesn't track back. He doesn't tackle. He's not that guy. So you're really going to play him on the right where you need someone to do that, especially when you've got Trent, who Trent just doesn't want to defend full stop. There's some big decisions in the next couple of games for Klopp, because I feel like Bradley's probably going to play, and if Dom comes back, then Dom's going to play. Like, our best midfield hasn't got Gravenberch anywhere near it. Our best defence hasn't got Trent as a right back. That's just how it is. And for me, that right hand attack is an issue, because Salah comes back, he plays straight away, and then we go back to square one, where we might nick games 2-1 or whatever, like 1-0, whatever, like, but still concede goals, still look weak, still not look potent up front. But then if you put Diaz there, got a different issue there, because Diaz is good. Diaz has got form. Diaz is playing well. He played all right today. We just didn't get at their two players. Their two weak players were Kivor and White, and we just didn't get at them. Didn't get at them at all. Like, Nunes did nothing when he came on, apart from that stupid shot from a stupid angle where he should have just squared it. Like Jota was just a one-man foraging team on his own. Like he gave them issues, but he just had nothing with him. It was just really, really predictable, and it's predictable because you're playing Trent. Simple as that. Like you can't snap out of it. Like when you start playing that way, you can't suddenly just completely snap out of the way you've been playing for the first like 65 minutes, 70 minutes. It doesn't work like that. So no wonder we didn't really do anything when he came off. Because then you're playing Gomez on that side. So Gomez was playing as a right back, quite wide, in the second half when he swapped over. But then you've then got another Trent type style player on the left hand side in Robinson, who just spent his whole time in their half doing nothing. Because Robinson doesn't do anything in attack. Like can't score. Like I can't remember the last time he did an assist. I think his last assist was probably a corner. For me, it's just not. I don't want this to go into the next game. I just want this to be a blip, and then we put the correct team out for Burnley, and then batter Burnley, and then get back into the groove. But players have to be dropped, and unfortunately, it's the big players that people want to see. That they don't work for the team.
Yeah, I just don't get the Gravenberch. See, if I picked that team to start with, I don't think I think we came in a bit arrogant in this Arsenal game.
I agree.
And we got to respect what Arsenal do at home. You know, we know how Arsenal. You know, we've all watched Arsenal play all season, all last season, especially at the Emirates. What they do, that first 20 minutes, half hour, they press the life out of you. You know, and if you can get through that first 30 minutes without conceding the goal, you can work into the game, and then you can start do your work for later on in the game and get on top of Arsenal. That's how teams have beaten Arsenal this season. But the way we started that game, just having McAllister as a lone six, knowing Gravenberch isn't going to defend, you know, knowing Curtis Jones is not going to defend in the way he was playing today, and leaving McAllister there in that six on his own, we never got hold of the football. We never got hold of the football one time, and the only thing we ever did was try the Hollywood ball forward constantly to Luis Diaz, who, by the way, just got to go. But that's all we did, the Hollywood ball. And I think we got to sometimes respect the teams we play. Arsenal are a very good side. They're in a title challenge for a reason. They were last season as well. And you just got to respect that and go in there and go, right, we got to deserve to play our game today. We know what's going to happen in the first 30 minutes. Arsenal go press, go play with a lot of high intensity, go, you know, whipping crosses. Saka and Martinelli going to be running us. If we can hold out that first half hour without scoring, their heads will start to go down a bit and we can start to get into the game. But we didn't really do that. We didn't do that at all. We just let them come at us. Just let them continue to cut at us. And then when we got hold of the ball, we just played it sideways, Hollywood ball, sideways, Hollywood ball. That was our first half. Never got hold of the ball in midfield. Never got hold of the ball in midfield. And, you know, when Arsenal are playing two false nines, tens in Havertz and Odegaard, not really playing a striker, you need an extra body in that midfield. And that's why, for me, Liverpool should have played a double pivot. You know, should have played a double pivot. And that's why he changed it in the second half. You can see, I think he was trying to change it in the first half towards the end when him and Pep Linders were on the touchline. He's asking, I think, Curtis to drop in deeper. They're trying to change it, but obviously they couldn't get there. They couldn't get it across during the game. That's why they did it at half time. But yeah, the lineup was wrong, the tactics were wrong, and then the players let him down. Simple as that. That's all it is, really. You know, the players let him down, man. You know, Virgil. I don't know what Virgil was doing today. Kanate getting sent off, and ALISSON. I don't know what it is. He has brain farts in big games. He just does. We'll have to start admitting it. We can't sit here and pretend he don't. He does. Big brain farts in big games, and that's Arsenal and City now. And I don't get You know, his kicking today he looked scared. He looked worried.
Yeah.
Kicking out of touch constantly.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with the team. I really don't. It was just really, really poor, and he couldn't have picked a worse day to have this poor game, in my opinion. Couldn't have picked a worse day.
No, when we got that equaliser, I thought we're going to be a bit tight now. Like we're gonna like maybe play on the counter. Like we're gonna try and keep it tight, but we just went gung go again, and I'm just like, how can you carry on playing this high line with 2 at the back against Arsenal away? Like it's just you're waiting for a mistake, and there you go. Both of them came in the second half. Like we deserve nothing. Like we did nothing in that game to deserve to win it. Sorry. Like I said it on a stream, and they were like, "Oh, you're being too negative." I'm like, tell me what we deserved, because we deserved to be about 3-0 down in the first half. Like they missed some big chances. We didn't have a shot in the first half, did we? Don't think we had a shot on target.
No, we didn't. Like, we were 1-0, but we didn't have a shot on target.
No. So like, it's what it is. Like, you know, just take it on the chin. But seriously, if you think we're going to beat Burnley with our team, we ain't. We ain't going to beat Burnley with our team. Like, we ain't. So that team needs got a couple of those players need to come out, and we know they are. And some of the other players need to come back in.
Yeah,
Gendo definitely needs to come back in if we haven't got Dom. Like, he needs to come back in next game if we haven't got Dom.
We've got to ask about
Matt can play on the left.
We've got to ask what's happening in training, man. What is happening in training?
I don't think there is any, mate, because we've got so many games.
So Bozzolai, why do we always get training injuries? I don't.
Hamstrings are back, aren't they?
I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't think Dominic Szoboszlai was missed.
Bradley was badly missed today. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I just
like at one stage I was sat there thinking, would you not just play Gomez in midfield now? Like seriously, like just stick Gomez in midfield, like because you know at least he can defend, at least he can run. Like I just like. I'm looking at options. I'm like, maybe put McConnell in. Like, seriously, just stick a guy in who's just going to give it something. Like, he's going to look arsed. Like, it's just, my God, man.
I don't know what's up with Szoboszlai, guys. Every time I've read that he's ill, then I've read that he had a hamstring strain, then I've read that he had a groin strain. I have no idea. Maybe he's just ill. If he's ill, well, it's fine. If he's ill, he's ill. But he trained. That was the thing. We all saw the training pictures 24 hours ago, and he was in them training, looking fine. So I don't know. I really don't know, guys. I've read so many different things why Szoboszlai missed today's game. One was a groin strain, one's a hamstring strain, and one is ill. I have no idea what one's true. I don't know what Klopp said because I've just come on here. I haven't heard anything Klopp has said so far. But yeah, look, it's a poor result at the wrong time. This is the issue. You know, City, you go field goal, win every game now till the end of the season, so we'd have to win games anyway. But yeah, they're just the Gakpo thing and Darwin not playing. I don't understand. I don't get it.
If Nunes had played from the start, that would have been a different game.
It stretches the opposition.
Yeah, we would have had something going forward.
And then he came on and played right wing.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it.
Why are you playing Nunes right wing? Like, when has he ever played right wing? Jesus, Klopp. Honestly, are you really trying to piss the fans off now? Because you've done this for quite a few very important games, done daft things, and we've lost. Like,
I don't get why Gakpo started. I don't get why.
I'm not giving Arsenal any
I don't get why
Gakpo
started. I literally, like, if Darwin was fit to be on the substitutes bench and come on and play, he was fit to start. So I don't know any of that crap. We saw him in training. We all saw him in training. He arrived on training in flip flops, and then he was training, so he's fit. That's not. I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be doing that. I don't get why he didn't start. I would have gone him down the left, Diaz on the right, Jota through the middle. And we, at least, if you're looking for them Hollywood balls over the top, which you were trying in that first half, at least you've got a bit more pace up top with Darwin there. You know, at least you've got a little bit more pace to try and stretch the opposition. Because Diaz was trying to run off the ball, but the other two run to the ball. So Jota was running to the ball and Gakpo was running to the ball. Diaz was trying to run off the ball. So when you're looking for them long balls over the top, we've only got one forward who's actually trying to make the runs. That's why Diaz saw a lot of the ball today, because Diaz was the only one out of the front three who was trying to get in behind. You know, Jota weren't and Gakpo weren't. So if you had Darwin playing today, you'd have had two players always trying to get in behind. And it would just have moved Arsenal a little bit. You know, and it gave a little bit more freedom in our midfield because you could have stretched the opposition. So, yeah,
I mean, what we could have done, I mean, if we really had to play that team, then I have no idea why we didn't just play Gakpo on the left, which is a strong position, and then Diaz on the right, who's played well this season on the right. Like, that's not going to make any difference. It's going to probably make us better. And at least you've got Gakpo, who's in a position where he's got like Curtis Jones helping him. He's also got Gomez. You've got two strong players on his side. And then at least you've got the outlet who can run forward in Diaz making runs. Because then Trent can play more Hollywood balls to him.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Get in behind.
Get more pace in behind.
It was like, you know what, Arsenal? Here you go. Take us to the cleaners today. You know?
It's just depressing.
Really
Look, I know it's only our second.
Really pissed me off today, mate.
Second loss of the season. It's our second loss of the season.
But it's really pissed me off how poor we were.
Yeah.
Just pathetic.
It's just depressing because, look, we've lost to a title rival in this challenge for the Premier League, and that's why everyone's a bit. That's why me and K-Mac are a bit upset. You know, everyone.
I'll tell you what, mate. I feel sorry for Albert. Albert went to that.
Yeah, Albert went. I think Jerry from Jerry James Show went to it as well.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's just depressing.
I mean,
it's just depressing because, you know,
it is Arsenal that worry us. By the way, Arsenal are in a title race. You can't write them off.
Well, you can almost write them off if we won today. This is the thing.
Yeah,
we could have almost wrote them off today if we won. We'll go 8 points clear.
8 points.
But look, their first goal. Look, their second. Look, the goal where you got to just give Arsenal credit and Mikel Arteta credit for tactically what he did today. He saw that Trent was playing at right back, so he thought, let's go with two number 9s, sort of two number 10s, basically. That ain't out and out 9s. Arsenal won today without a striker. On the pitch. They won with midfielders. That's what Arsenal did today.
Yep.
They tactically outbeat us. Arteta tactically beat Klopp. You just have to give him credit to that. I'm not going to be one of these people that ain't going to credit the opposition. Tactically, what they did with Odegaard and Havertz in that false 9, false 10 role was excellent. Trent playing right back. This is my thing. Again, I will say, when Martinelli, who keeps the width for the pitch, he doesn't cut inside, he keeps the width for the pitch, is going one-on-one with your centre-back in a wide area, and your right back is nowhere to be seen, and they've got Havertz and Odegaard running in on goal, and then Saka can come inside as well, so you've only got one centre-back there now, there's going to be problems. This is what I mean by Klopp that tactically done today. You know, just got to give Arsenal credit for that. Arteta deserves credit for that. Absolutely. Yeah, you've got to give them credit. I'm not going to sit here and pretend they didn't tactically do well. They did. They did. Tactically played well. Now, I don't think they played outstanding. I don't think they did anything special. but the tactics they picked up, not playing a striker, and basically making us play with one centre back, because that's what Liverpool did today. Played with one centre back because the other centre back had to cover the right back area. So Liverpool played with one centre back all game, and because of that, they had a lot of success. You just got to give them credit, man. And then the mistakes, Alisson. See, the Alisson Virgil mistake, I think, is more Alisson than Virgil, because Alisson's telling Virgil he's blocking Martinelli and he's telling Alisson to kick it. Yeah, come out and just kick it. So it's Alisson's mistake. Virgil made another mistake as well for the goal. Canate getting sent off. Trent playing in midfield when he's meant to be at right back. They just Gravenberch non-existent defensively. Although he tried to do some offensive work, non-existent defensively. Gakpo can't hold up anything. Gakpo couldn't hold up traffic, let alone the ball. Luis
He
Diaz
also missed some big chances, by the way, Gakpo.
Yeah, Luis Diaz tried to run in behind, so I'll give him a bit of credit because he was trying to run in behind, and stretch the opposition and kept moving. I will give Diaz that credit. At least he kept going. And we never gave Jota a chance today to get hold of the ball. We never gave Jota a chance today. So,
no.
What I will say, all right, before we carry on is, why is Mikel Arteta allowed to basically stand on the pitch?
I have no idea.
Do you know how many times he got in the way of our players taking throws?
I know. And why is Odegaard allowed to whinge to the ref constantly?
I don't get why he's allowed to just stand on the pitch. It was doing my head in. Now, Klopp gets told off for actually standing up, but Arteta was on the pitch most of the time. It's doing my nutting.
Arteta wants to play still, doesn't he?
He's doing my nutting, man. But yeah, I'm not going. But Arsenal were great. Arsenal were good today. But as I keep saying, did Arsenal get anything special? No. Tactically, though, they're very, very good. Big up Gary. Poor team selection today. Yeah, the team selection, as I've said earlier, I thought was off. I thought they were off.
I think you've got a few people in here that aren't Liverpool fans.
Yeah, people. Anyone can come in.
I've noticed they're all on fire.
Yeah, look, they should be. Look, Arsenal won today, and that's good for them. They won. I ain't going to come up with excuses. I've seen some Liverpool fans blaming the referee. I don't know what blame the referee for.
I didn't think the referee was bad.
No,
I didn't think VAR was bad either.
No,
they could have got a penalty. They could have got a penalty. To be fair,
I just don't think Arsenal. I don't think Liverpool did anything in this game to warrant anything. I think Arsenal played well, deserved their win. Yep. No excuses for me. I'm not coming with excuses. I ain't going to sit here and go and blame officials or anything like that. Or I'm just going to tell you the truth. And if people don't like the truth, that's fine. That's cool. The truth is, 1, Arteta tactically outbeat Klopp today. 2, Klopp got his team selection wrong. 3, individual errors.
Yeah,
individual errors. That's all of it right there, and that is it. That is the team. That is the game in a whole. It's the game in a whole, and if people don't like that, that's fine. But I'm not going to say, "Oh, it was only down to individual errors." That game today, it weren't. It weren't. Individual errors helped Arsenal win that game, but that weren't the reason they won that game. They tactically outbeat us today, outplayed us in every department.
I will say that if this is that one game that we're stinky and a team beat us, then let it be this game because it's still in our hands.
Yeah.
The title is still in our hands.
Mm.
We win every game, we win the league. Simple as that. Okay. So I'm not sitting here going, oh God, it's over, blah 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 blah. It's not, because we can still win every single game and win the league. That could still happen. But what I will say is we can't rely on some of these players for games. We just can't. We might be able to rely on them for home games, because home games are slightly different.
Oh yeah.
Because we have an advantage in those games because we're at home. But some of these away games, like, we can't rely on these guys. And if they're not all with it and they're not 100% and they're not willing to, to go where the blood and guts are and put the hard yards in, then we don't deserve to win the league with these players in the team.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. And we know they are. We know they are now.
They deserve their game.
Getting beat by Arsenal away, just like, that's not the end of the frigging world, because that's probably one of the teams that I thought who we could lose against is probably your Arsenals and your Man Cities. There's not many teams that I can sit here and go, you know what, we could lose against them. Like, we lost against them. Like, we didn't deserve anything. We had two really bad mistakes, like, which don't come along that often. But we need to just understand that, like, they were the better team. They played better tactics. We were a bit naive. We got Burnley at home next. We'll do them, and we obviously smashed Chelsea and then win a cup. Onwards and upwards.
Van Dijk's post-match with Sky, we were very dominant, especially in the second half, were we? The turning point was my responsibility. I should try and clear it. I made a split-second wrong decision. Well, that's fair enough, owning up to your mistakes, but I wouldn't say we were dominant in any way.
He shouldn't have let the ball bounce, should he? That was it.
No.
He never let the ball bounce.
I'm glad he owns up to his mistakes, but
yeah,
we weren't dominant at all. I mean, I don't know what that's about. But
do you think maybe with Virgil as well, he's probably got a couple of things on his mind, because the press have been on him recently, haven't they, because of that, because of those comments?
Yeah.
And maybe he's not 100% at it. Like, I don't know. It's just weird, because we just absolutely annihilated Chelsea at home. Like, incredible performance. Does this feel a little bit like Bournemouth? Do you remember when we battered Man United 7-0 and then got beat 1-0 away to Bournemouth? Yeah. It does, doesn't it?
Does a little bit.
It does feel like that, doesn't it?
Well, the whole month of January, Liverpool been great.
Bit naive.
The whole month of January, Liverpool been great. And I just thought this would be a very tough game away to Arsenal. But I literally backed us to win this game, the way we've been playing. And the fashion that we've been playing in, and but you got to respect the opposition. I keep saying this. I don't think we respected Arsenal today. I really don't. I think there was a bit of arrogance in our play, and that's why we made mistakes as well. Once arrogance kicks into your minds, you make mistakes, and I think that was evident today. Really was very evident. It's not the end of the world, a loss, obviously. We're still 2 points clear of Arsenal, but I just thought I saw a glimpse of the older Liverpool today instead of that new Liverpool that I've been seeing the last 4 or 5 weeks. It's been smashing goals, playing really well, high intensity, good press away from home, at home, whatever it is. And then today it went back to that slow, play it out from the back, Hollywood passing. I didn't enjoy seeing that today at all. Big up Taz says, are you guys worried about a rebuild at the end of the season? Liverpool look like a bit like Klopp tired. I don't know, man. Look, I don't know. I literally don't know. I think the team shouldn't be tired, because Arsenal didn't look tired. I don't get why our team's always tired looking. Arsenal play a lot of the same 11 every single week. They don't really change their squad that much. Their first 11 is usually their first 11, and it's 1 or 2 players that come in and out. But most of their players play every match. Saka and Martinelli play pretty much all the time. Rice plays pretty much every game. Gabriel and the back four, the goalkeeper, they pretty much play the same team a lot, and then 1 or 2 players to come in and out. And they're playing Champions League football as well. I I don't know about this tiredness thing. I really don't. It's just I think we were complacent today. We were a bit arrogant in our play, and arrogance breeds mistakes, and that's why we made mistakes today. But I'll big up Verge for admitting his mistake, but I won't say we were dominant in the second half. You know, we had a good 5 or 10 minutes at the beginning of the second half, and then Arsenal looked like they could score again straight away. So, yeah, our performance weren't great. We just have to take this on the chin, as Andy says there, and move on. But it's upsetting because we lost to a title rival. This is what everyone's upset about. Look, Burnley game, the next 5 games, Liverpool probably go. Wouldn't shock me if Liverpool went on and won their next 5 games in a row, and Arsenal slip up the West Ham next weekend. Would that shock me? No, not really. And then we just sit back here and go, all right, everything's okay. But it's just annoying. It's just upsetting. You get angry about it, and you can just. This is what this is good for, guys. You can just for an hour. We could just vent all our frustrations for an hour on the everyone in the chat, vent your frustrations, get it all out. And when the video's finished, we just move on and get to the next game. I don't know about you, K-Mac, but that's how
Unless you mean then you're going on to another show with Quasi.
Yeah.
Carry on venting.
But yeah, this is just, it just got to move. Like, Ravi says, question Jamie and Mac, why is Gakpo so lightweight at times? Comes from the Dutch league. That ain't very.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah.
Seriously, tell me how many Dutch players have been a hit in the Premier League.
Apart from, there's been a couple. Like
Virgil.
Obviously,
no, but Virgil went to other clubs first, didn't he?
Van Nistelrooy. You know, they've been. Van Nistelrooy for Man United was quality.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And Dennis Bergkamp.
Did they sign him?
Dennis Bergkamp.
Where did they sign him from? Did they sign him from
PSV, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they're the old players, aren't they? They're the old school ones, like Robin
Dennis
and them lot.
From Inter Milan, he's quality.
But lately.
But let's look at it. Look, when we got the Burnley game, is the Burnley game next weekend?
I think so.
Yeah, next weekend. Yeah, we've got the Burnley game. And let's look at it like this: when we go against Burnley next weekend, Liverpool will have Endo back, or I think it's going to be a big positive. Thiago be back.
It's not a 12:30 kickoff either, by the way.
No, I know. I think it's next Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, next Saturday. Tell you what, Man City got a tough game against Brentford, by the way. They did the double over them last year.
Yeah, they got them twice this month as well. But just after that,
and they've got Tony back now.
After that result today, I'll see City like that. City go be like that now. They see Liverpool losing. They go be, okay, right, this is it now.
Arsenal have got West Ham. West Ham next week away.
Yeah, but West Ham are shocking at the moment, aren't they?
West Ham was shit today.
And the thing is,
crap.
This is.
And we've got Brentford away, by the way, after Burnley.
See, Liverpool should win these games, to be fair. Yeah. And with the players they're going to have back, look, Endo's going to be back. Salah's probably going to be back for Burnley. I wouldn't be surprised. Trent will have more fitness. Robbo more fitness. Who else is missing? Thiago's back now. You feel Darwin will start. You know, there's players pretty much back now for the Burnley game. I think, is Matip the only one missing? Let me know, chat.
And Stefan Bajcetic.
Is Stefan and Matip the only ones missing now? And obviously, we don't know about Szoboszlai. I don't know what's the matter with Szoboszlai.
Is Salah back next game?
I think there was rumours that Salah would be back for Brentford, yeah.
Okay, so not next game after. Okay.
Burnley or Brentford, I think it's one of them he'll be back for. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. Suppose I'll be back. I'm telling you guys, that was a one-off.
Mate, I've got to shoot. Okay, I've got to jump into the show. But it was good jumping on with you, mate. All right, I'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, no worries. See you soon, man.
All the chat as well. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do. Someone put the link in. That'd be great. Thanks. I'll catch you later, mate.
See you later, man. Yeah, it's just annoying, guys, ain't it? Like I was saying, like, yeah, I might have started this video off a bit angry, a bit upset, and rightfully so. You know, I've got my reasons to be angry and upset. Every Liverpool fan has. Some Liverpool fans will not see it as too much of a big deal. Some Liverpool fans will see it as a bit of a more of a bigger deal than some. And I might just be one of them. Maybe I'm too emotional. Who knows? But I just felt like today everything was a bit wrong in our team. I just feel like the team selection was wrong. The the shape was wrong. The attitude was wrong. You know, all that kind of everything was kind of wrong. Our play was wrong, and obviously individual errors. I can't blame anyone for individual errors apart from the people that made individual errors. It's not Klopp's fault or anything like that. It was just a shit show. It was just an utter crap show. And look, Liverpool got, as K-Max said there, Burnley and Brentford in the next two games. They're massive games. They're really big games of football. And after a defeat like this, you need to come back with back-to-back wins, in my opinion. Liverpool need to get hit back with back-to-back wins in their next two games and just go, look, yeah, that was just a hiccup a speed bump on the way to where we're trying to go. It was just a speed bump on the way where we're trying to go. And we've got to try and get back to winning ways again. But look, the team's going to be a lot fresher. We've got players coming back. I'm not sure on the Salah thing. I think it's either Burnley and Brentford he's back for it. Wataru Endo will be back, which will help bolster our midfield area. We don't know about Szoboszlai. I keep reading different things. Hopefully, it's just a precautionary thing and he'll be back for following weekend, which would be excellent. And we get most of our team back and running, and we've got to learn from this. The players have got to learn from this. They've got to stand up and go back, talk about it. They've got to be able to take it on the chin and go, yeah, we made mistakes. We're too professional for these mistakes. We can't make these mistakes happen again. Tactically, it might just be me, guys. Guys might not agree, and I'm cool with people not agreeing with me. It's absolutely fine. But I just don't like Trent at right back now. I really don't. I really don't like Trent at right back at the moment. I don't like my centre back having to cover my right back constantly when a winger attacks and takes my centre back away from the middle. That worries me. It really does. It really worries me. But look, Gakpo, I don't know why Gakpo's so lightweight. I don't know if it's comes from a Dutch league and it's not so aggressive. And I don't know. I don't know what's happened to Gakpo this season. Last year, when we bought him in January till the end of the season, I thought he was really good. Took that false nine role and made it is a little bit. And then this season, it's not the same player. I don't know what's happened to Cody. I hope he gets back to his best because I want all our players to be good. You know what I mean? I want all our players to succeed and be good footballers. But Cody Gakpo, he's not. I don't know I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a tactical thing, a fitness thing. I'm not sure, guys. You know, he sort of plays everywhere. You know, he ain't really got a position as his. You know, he plays in the 8 sometimes. Sometimes he plays in a 9. Then sometimes he plays in a 10. Then he plays left wing or right wing. You know, Gakpo's not. He must be confused himself. He hasn't really got a position. I would say that's Gakpo's position. You know, like Mo Salah plays right wing. That's Mo's position. You know, Luis Diaz pretty much plays left wing, so that's his position. Cody Gakpo ain't really got that at the moment. He's sort of versatile. You know, he's very flexible, so he can play in different positions, and Klopp uses him there. And maybe that's not benefited to him. Maybe he just needs a position that Klopp tells him, right, you're my number 9 if, you know, if Jota or Darwin's not available, you're my number 9. You don't play anywhere else. If you come off the bench, you're my number 9. If you start, you're my number 9. So he always knows that that's his position, but I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure about what's happened to Gakpo this season. I think there's a talent there. I think there's a good player there in Cody Gakpo, and I think he can be good for us, no doubt about it. But I sit there and wonder now, is he anything more than a squad player? I mean, for me, that's fine. But I just don't see him in Liverpool's best 11 right now. But yeah, Liverpool got to sort things out. Just go back to drawing well. Get back into training. Talk about what went wrong. Try and get rid of these stupid mistakes that we are making. And start again. You know, players are coming back. As I said, Endo and Salah are going to be back any time now. But I didn't like what I saw today. And I can't keep hiding that fact. I didn't like the fact that I saw McAllister just basically on his own in midfield today. I didn't like the substitution of Harvey for Gravenberch because that leaves Elliott, Curtis Jones as our midfield. I don't like that against a very good Arsenal team. Didn't like that at all. Didn't think that substitution worked particularly well. I'd rather Trent stayed on and went into midfield and Gomez went to right back and he just brought a midfielder off and put Robbo at left back. That's what I'd have rather him done. And then Trent and McAllister, you double pivot. And Curtis gets a bit more of a freer role, you know, and joins the attack. That's what I'd have rather him did. But yeah, I think he just went a bit wrong today. Just went a bit wrong today. But look, we go back winning our next 2 games and Arsenal slip up against West Ham next weekend, then it's like this result never happened. Do you know what I mean? So Liverpool got to dust themselves off, take the beating like men. That's basically what they got to do. Got to stand there and take this beating like men. Admit they made faults, admit they made mistakes. And then when we get the Burnley game next weekend, you show Burnley no respect. No, you just destroy them. And you go to everyone in the Premier League. That was just a one-off against Arsenal. That was just a complete and utter one-off. Yeah, and you go and smash Burnley. And you tell the Premier League, that was just a one-off. We're back now. And get back on the horse and keep going again. But yeah, Arsenal deserve their 3 points totally. I'm not going to disrespect Arsenal in any kind of way today. They deserve their win. And Arteta tactically outdid Klopp today. Proof's in the pudding. Proof's there. We all watched it. Nothing more to say, man. Nothing more to say. But big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, much appreciated. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow morning with more of the Liverpool-Arsenal match reaction. We'll go through a little bit more. But big up to you guys. Much love for being here. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday if you can. And I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Peace out for now. Bye-bye.